these awesome things happening. We've got all these amazing children coming forward and rising up. And we're gonna hear from a bunch more kids. But right now, of course, we're gonna put, you know, a little bit, we're gonna give it some clouds so we can see the sky. What do you think about that? Because, you know, we like our sunny days, right? Everybody, Chris Sky.
Hello, everybody! So, the government has made the decision for us that all our children are going to be apparently wearing masks in school this year. This is why I started MAD in the first place, because we knew this was coming. We knew this was going to be a fight. So what are we going to do about it? I started a new initiative just yesterday as soon as I heard the news that they're going to try to mandate these masks. Going through the OFIS, the Ontario Federation of Independent Schools, you can create a private school virtually anywhere, any house, anywhere. Just as simple as you can do homeschooling, you can create a private school. All you need are 5 students, a teacher, and a so-called principal. And they have to adhere to the academic principles, which is very simple. So our next task, our next united non-compliance, is to create a new network of mask-free, social distance-free, private schools. This isn't far-fetched. Already, 6% of all Ontario school kids are in private or homeschooling, and it equates to hundreds of thousands of students already. So to expand on this is easy, and it's not hard to create a school. So we set up an email, and the email is privateschool@protonmail.com. privateschool@protonmail.com. And if you're interested in being a teacher, send an email. If you're interested in providing a location for a private school, could be a home, office, building, whatever you have, send it in. If you're interested in registering your children into this new school system, send an email in. We're going to be having administrators contact all the different categories of people, and we're going to be organizing locations, and we're going to be organizing the registration process with a law firm that does this all the time. So the plan is create as many of these safe havens for our children across the province as possible. We can start them all small, and they'll have room to expand exponentially. And the idea is, when it catches on in Ontario, it'll move nationwide, and then North America-wide. And by the end of the year, there'll be so many kids out of the public school system that they'll have no choice but to either take off their masks and get rid of the social distancing, or lose their ability to social engineer our children. And I don't think they want to lose it. So this is our next objective. We're going to be promoting it on social media like crazy. I'm going to be talking about it on Dr. Tenpenny's live show on Monday. We want every group across the nation. Doesn't matter if you're a patriot group, doesn't matter if you're a mom's group, it doesn't matter what kind of group you are. Post the email for privateschool@protonmail.com and get people on board with this initiative. We can make a huge difference. We can stop this here. Why do we need to stop it here? If we let them put the masks on our children, besides the health implications, the next step is contact tracing, which they are already advertising as your next safety precaution to make you feel so safe and secure. And all you got to do is give up your privacy rights and your freedom of mobility for the rest of your life. No big deal. That's coming next, and they will mandate it if you allow them to. They will mandate it on you. They will mandate it on your children. And we know that after that, we have mandated medical procedures like vaccines just in the pipeline. So we need to stop it at the masks. We need to stop it at the school level so we can apply that to the rest of our businesses and the rest of our society. Why? Because the children are our future, and we need to protect them. Thank you. The children matter more than anything. The children matter more than our egos, our pride. Our very lives depend on the future of our children. And if we do nothing, if we allow this agenda to play out, our children will be slaves in the country we grew up free in. Does that not concern anybody here?
Not a shame.
Freedom is essential. The freedom to know what's best for our kids, the freedom to mandate is not. No mandate is in your best interest. Remember that. When somebody is forcing you to do something, it's for their best interest, not yours. And when the government is forcing you to do something while exempting themselves from the same laws and mandates, it should be glaringly obvious it has nothing to do with helping you, has nothing to do with your safety, it has nothing to do with your health. It has to do with controlling you. Justin Trudeau's daddy said that the government has no business being in our bedrooms. They have no business in our children's lives. Meanwhile, what's his son doing? His son is totally taking over, taking all your freedoms, taking all your rights, taking away your parental responsibilities and the ability to make decisions for your family. This is the fundamental of society. This is why we need to get mad. When you're mad, you see clearly, you act clearly, you cannot be controlled. So we have to get up, we have to get mad. We have less than a month to get these schools registered. So I want everybody emailing all your friends and family members, calling them. And remember the email, privateschool@protonmail.com. And when you send a message, we will have one of our administrators contact you, whether you're a teacher, whether you're giving a location, or whether you want to register your children. We're going to be organized, and we're going to be moving very, very quickly on this. We need to. The other initiative with public health. I sent the email as I promised. I posted it live on social media. I called them out for the hypocrisy. I called them out for not being about our public health, because if they're about our public health, they'd be making a public statement telling businesses to honor medical exemptions. They still have not done this. We still have, every day, I literally have at least 5 to 10 people message me. And some of the messages are happy. Oh, I used the card and I got in and I felt so empowered. Or it goes the complete opposite way. And they find a business owner who kicked them out of their store who wouldn't honor the exemption. In one case, it was so extreme that the business owner physically assaulted the person, physically removed them from the store, and then had the audacity to key that person's car. Yes, the store owner came outside after assaulting his customer and took a key to that customer's car in front of the police. This is the kind of people we're dealing with. This is the mentality we're dealing with. So, normally, I wouldn't want to make an example of small business owners seeing, with Back to Work, I'm helping small businesses. But when a business owner has a prior record of assault, already assaulted somebody of our group, and keyed their car, and has absolutely no respect for the rule of law, I have no problem making an example of them. So if public health hasn't responded, by next Friday by 12 p.m., we're going to meet at this guy's store. As many of us, it could be just me, I don't care. But I'm going there, and I'm going there with a human rights lawyer with me. And we're all going to walk in his store, and we're all going to claim our right of exemption. And we're going to see how he reacts. We're going to see if he wants to assault anybody. And if he wants to assault anybody, he's going to have to assault me. And then we're going to see how that works out for him. It could be the most expensive or embarrassing or enlightening experience of his life. That is all up to him, but we're going to make an example of him one way or the other. We're going there Friday. I'm going to be giving out the location. I don't want to say it live here, but I'll be giving out the location. It's going to be Friday at 12, and it's in the GTA area, and this guy deserves what's coming, so I don't feel bad. And we need to do this. We need everybody to do stuff like this. Every time I go into a store, I don't wear a mask. It doesn't matter where the hell I'm going. 9 out of 10 times, they don't say a word. If they say anything, and I say I have a medical exemption, and the next word out of their mouth is anything but okay or have a nice day, I will stay there, and I will explain the law to them. I will show them the bylaw. I will take the time to make sure that any other person that goes into that store will have their exemption honored without question. Every store I walk into becomes a green zone for medical freedom. And that's what I want everybody to strive for. I want everybody to go in that store without the mask and make your presence known. It's Simple. Everybody else is already staring at you. Everybody else is already looking at you with contempt. So you might as well make the most of it. Make an example. Let them see you. Let them get upset. They need to get mad, just like you. The mask wearers are all wearing masks because they're scared. They're scared of a virus because they watch too much TV, a few of them, or majority, especially the business owners, are scared of the government. So if you get them angry, the fear becomes irrelevant. Anger overtakes fear. Fear is what's paralyzing these people. Fear is what's making them unable to think. We need to snap them out of it, one way or the other. And if it takes you agitating them and getting them mad to snap out of it, so be it. So be it. What's the big deal? Take it. Why not? All you're doing is helping. Once they're awake, they can't go back to sleep, just like none of you can go back to sleep. So I stress, every time you go into a store, if anybody gives you a hassle, you have to make an example to make sure that they do not do that to anybody else. Because for every one person that goes in there unsuccessfully, it slows our movement down. For every person that goes in there successfully, it empowers the movement. So we need to empower together. It cannot be a single thing. How many of you actually emailed public health after I sent out over 300 flyers last week? Put up your hands. There we go. Everybody says they want to help. Everybody says, what can I do to help? All you had to do is take a picture and send an email. 5 minutes of your time. Out of hundreds, I saw like 4 hands go up.
Really?
Guys, we need better engagement. We need better calls to action. We're doing all these initiatives that work, but they only work if people participate. If you don't believe in them, you shouldn't be here. But if you do believe in them, you have to do your part. It's not enough just to show up anymore. Showing up was phase 1. We're way past that. We were on the defensive with back to work. Now we're on the offensive. But if we have soldiers that aren't doing their job, the offense is not going to be as successful as it should be. If every single one of you actually emailed public health by the time this day was done, you don't think that it would have an absolute dramatic effect? Of course it would. But it takes you actually taking the initiative, just like we're taking the initiative to be up here, just like you took the initiative to come here. It took you longer to get in your car and drive here than it would take you to send that email to public health. Literally, I gave you guys the phone number, I gave you guys the email, I even gave you guys a template of what to say. So, we're laying out the path. We have the initiatives, we have the talent, we have everything we need. All we need is for you guys to do your part. Is that asking too much? No. I don't think so. Do you believe freedom is essential? Yeah. If you truly believe it, then you have to get more involved. This is crunch time, people. They turned up the heat. They're pushing hard. And we can't just stand there. We got to push back, and that's what we're doing. So we created these initiatives to give you guys the tools to be able to not only fight back, but win. You guys want to win. You guys want a future for your children. Then stop standing around, get mad, and let's get going. Thank you, everybody.
Chris Sky, everybody. And that's exactly what it's all about.